The biggest mistake a person can make is waiting for others to respect them while they stop valuing themselves. 6 months ago, I was the person in that office who could never say no. I lost myself trying to please everyone else. Back then, I thought I was just being a good person. I believed that wanting everyone to like me was humility, not weakness. But there was one thing I failed to notice: people treat you the way you treat yourself. To realize this, though, I had to go through a very embarrassing day. In our office, I was known as the easy guy. When a problem came up, I was the one they called. When work piled up, it was dumped on me. I even accepted tasks that nobody else wanted to do. At the time, I thought this was a noble trait. I believed that pleasing people and always being available would eventually earn me respect. But the exact opposite happened. When the job was done, someone else got the credit. When decisions were being made, nobody asked for my input. Even when I was standing in the room, it felt like I was invisible. At first, I blamed it on bad luck. Then I blamed it on poor management. Eventually, I started complaining about myself. But not once did I ask myself the real question: do I respect myself as much as I expect others to respect me? That day, however, became the beginning of my change. I walked into a meeting carrying a major project I had worked on for weeks. I was nervous, but I decided that today, I would finally speak up. I presented my ideas. I chose every word carefully. I finished speaking and waited for their reaction, but the silence in the room was heavier than any words. Nobody said a thing. Just a few minutes later, another colleague repeated the exact same idea in just a few words. Suddenly, the manager smiled. "That is a brilliant idea," he said. Everyone nodded in agreement. I just sat there in silence. The pain I felt wasn't just because my idea was stolen. The question that broke my heart was, why did my words have no value? But when it came from someone else, everyone listened. In that moment, I was crushed. But looking back today, that was the day my most valuable life lesson began. I couldn't sleep that night. I lay in bed, replaying the day over and over in my head. One scene kept echoing in my mind: the painful silence when I spoke, and the applause when someone else said the same thing. First, I got angry. Then, I felt sad. But finally, I started asking myself, could it be that the problem isn't always them? That question hit me harder than any criticism. I started looking back at my actions. I was the one who kept saying yes to extra work. I was the one who stayed silent when I was interrupted. I was the one accepting uncomfortable situations just to keep others happy. I was expecting people to respect me, but I hadn't taken a single step to respect myself. That night, I made a firm decision: I won't try to change people. I won't change my job either. First, I will change myself. Now, I didn't wake up the next morning as a completely different person. To be honest, I was still scared. I was afraid people would dislike me if I said no. I was afraid they would laugh at me if I spoke my mind. But change started with small decisions. The first time I was handed extra work, I said, "I'm sorry, I can handle this after I finish my current tasks." It was a simple sentence, but to me, it felt as heavy as a mountain. I expected people to get angry and yell at me. But nothing happened. After that, I decided not to stay silent during meetings. I committed to sharing at least one idea. Sometimes my voice trembled. Sometimes I stumbled over my words. And sometimes, after speaking, I regretted it, thinking, maybe I should have stayed quiet. But I never went back to the old me. Day by day, step by step, I learned to respect myself. A few weeks later, during a meeting, I could have easily stayed quiet as usual. But that day, something inside me had changed. I didn't hold myself back. My hands were shaking, but I cleared my throat and looked straight at the manager. "The previous idea is good," I said, "but if we follow this approach, we can cut our costs in half." I braced myself for the usual silence. But something different happened. The manager looked right at me and said, "Could you elaborate on that?" For the very first time, nobody interrupted me. Nobody brushed my idea aside. Everyone was actually listening. When I finished, the manager said, "Let's go with this idea." In that moment, I realized one crucial truth: people didn't suddenly start respecting me out of nowhere. When I began respecting myself, the way they saw me naturally started to change. As days and weeks went by, my internal growth became stronger. Before, I waited for people to care about me and validate me. Now, I recognized my own worth. I stopped believing that I had to please everyone. Instead of trying to convince people who didn't respect me, I focused on how I treated myself. One day, a coworker walked up to me and said, "You used to say yes to everything. But now, you really stand your ground." I just smiled. Because I didn't want people to fear me or worship me. All I wanted was one thing: to know that I finally had my own back. That's when it hit me: respect doesn't start with what others give you. It starts with the value you give to yourself. Today, when I walk into that office, it's the same building. It's the same desk. They are the same people. The only difference is me. 6 months ago, people barely acknowledged my presence. Today, when I walk in, people stop to greet me. This didn't happen because I got a raise, or because my position changed. The only thing that changed was how I viewed myself. Today, I know one thing for sure: you can spend a lifetime begging people to respect you. But the moment you start respecting yourself, the world starts looking at you through a completely different lens. Real change never starts on the outside. It starts from within. The way you see yourself.